Very simple markdown file. This is the project right here. This is about Nate. Nate Herc does this. This is the project goal. This is the product direction. So we're just giving it really important information that it needs to know about our project. And you can see now, if I pull the file explorer over, it has created this agents markdown folder, which is exactly what we wanted. Sorry, not folder, file. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, I'm gonna go ahead and close back out of that, and we're gonna get started. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on this button and I'm gonna turn on plan mode. Plan mode is what I like to start with when I am creating some sort of plan. That basically means that Codex won't actually execute anything. It's just gonna brainstorm and help you guys get clear on what you wanna build before you actually build it. So I always start with plan mode. Now I'm just gonna start yapping. And by the way, if you guys are curious about the tool I use for voice to text, check it out in the description. It's called Glido. I'm now an official member of the Glido team, which is super exciting. I've fully switched over from Whisper to Glido because it's faster, it's more private, and it is a way more agentic tool, and we've got a really cool vision. So check it out in the description. Okay, so now that you understand that context, the first hurdle for us to overcome is how do you actually connect to my YouTube in order to be able to pull in my data? I want you to be able to specifically at this point, be able to pull in a bunch of comments so that you can analyze them. So help me figure out how we do that, and then explain it to me step by step. And that's really the mindset shift with tools like Codex or Claude Code, is if you don't know if something's possible, instead of defaulting to, oh, I need to go to YouTube, or oh, I want to book in a consulting call with an expert, just ask Codex or Claude Code. Ask it to do research and explain things to you. And that's basically how I learned everything that I know. So while this is running, I wanted to explain something real quick, which is called plugins. Plugins, MCP servers, skills, connectors, whatever you want to call them. We kind of have this interface inside of Codex to do stuff like this. And what you'll notice is there's a bunch of different plugins here. We've got Hugging Face, we've got Vercel, we've got GitHub, we've got Game Studio. We've got a bunch down here for design, Remotion, Figma, Hyperframes, Canva. We've got stuff for lifestyle, productivity, and this lets us basically connect to a lot of the tools that we already know and love. Google Drive, Slack, SharePoint, Teams, whatever you may need, a lot of that stuff is available here. And if you can't find it, you can go ahead and search. So like Slack, we have it right there. But look, if I search YouTube, there is no default plugin right here. And that's why I had to ask Codex, okay, so there's no plugin. How do I actually access YouTube data? And so it comes back here and it asks us some questions. It says, for the first comment analysis milestone, which connection path should we plan around? API key, OAuth, or both? I'm just gonna go with its recommendation because let's say I don't know what I need to do, and I'm gonna click on API key. What should the first comment poll focus on? I'm just gonna say recent videos. And now if it has any other questions, it'll go ahead and ask us those first. Now, one thing you'll notice is because it already was searching through my other folders and projects, it did find an API key in a different project, but I'm still gonna show you guys how you would get this set up because it comes back here with a plan, which we can go ahead and read. So what it wants to use is, it found an API key, so not full OAuth, and then it needs to actually convert everything. So what I'm just gonna say is, instead of implementing, I'm gonna say, I'm glad that you found that API key, but let's set up a fresh one because in my Google Cloud, I want to have a separate API key for Codex and a separate one for Claude Code. So let's just go ahead and assume that we're going to create a complete new one from scratch. And now I'm able to shoot off those changes. Codex is going to review the plan and then edit it. And then once we're aligned on the plan, we'll go ahead and start executing.